Hey everyone, thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Today we are going to make chicken bulgogi. So basically two ingredients. It's just the chicken and the bulgogi sauce. I like my food a little spicy, so I'm gonna put a few of the serrano peppers in, chop up some onions. We're gonna throw it into this bowl, let it sit in the refrigerator for an hour or two, the longer the better. And then we're gonna stir fry it with a little bit of oil in a pan, serve it on top of a bed of rice, and enjoy the meal. If you like this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, click the notifications. I'll try to put one of these videos up. I'll try once or twice a month. And let me know what you think. Throw in some comments. Let me know if you've ever had it before. If you have any questions on where you can purchase this bulgogi sauce, I got this at a Chinese grocery store near where I live called 99 Ranch Market, but this is pretty common. You can find this in most Korean grocery stores, actually most Asian grocery stores. Okay, so let's do this. All right, so we'll start off by cutting up the chicken. Let me clear this off. I've got, let's see, 1.24, so a little over 2 pounds of chicken. We purchased this at Aldi, which is a local grocery store. So let's cut that up. You don't have to be too picky about how you slice this, but the thinner the slices, the better, so the marinade can work its way into the meat. And I'll throw up a video soon on this knife. I purchased this knife in Japan. It's my first Japanese knife. I love it. Super sharp, razor sharp. Okay, let's chop up some onions here. I like to leave this piece of the onion on so it keeps it together. So that in, throw that into the bowl. Yeah, I really like having a sharp knife. It really makes it easier to cook. I like a lot of onions. You can put as much or as little as you want. I'm going to put in 2 because those shrink a lot when you cook them, and they taste really good when they mix in with that sauce. I like serrano peppers. They have a different flavor than jalapenos. So I'm going, and I think they're spicier too. So I'm gonna put 3 in. You can never tell how spicy these peppers are, but I like the seeds and all. So we'll do that. Okay, whew, smells spicy. All right. Okay, so here we have serrano peppers, onions, cut up chicken, and this is the kalbi sauce that I'm using, the Korean barbecue sauce. This one's actually the hot and spicy one. I've never tried this one, so should be pretty good. I'll shake it up a little before I put it in. And as far as how much you put in, you can just play it by ear, but just want to make sure that everything's coated pretty well. You know what? I'll put in a cup to start off. Let's see how that works out. There's a cup. Pour that in. Sauce smells good. Smells real good. Marinate this. This doesn't seem like it's gonna be enough. Actually, it might be enough. You can always add more later, but you can never take the sauce out, so I'm gonna put a little bit more in. Let's put in maybe a quarter cup, half a cup more. Let's put in half a cup more. That's about half a cup. That should do it. This is a really thick sauce. I have a feeling that they mixed this with the Korean kalbi sauce with gochujang, which is a sweet and spicy Korean spicy paste. Okay. I mean, look how easy this is. This is just chicken, onions, and serrano peppers. You don't even have to put the onions and the serrano peppers in there. You could just do the chicken and just put the sauce in and just let it marinate. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now I'm gonna put a plastic wrap on top of this, put it into the fridge for about an hour or two, and then we'll cook it up. Okay, so chicken's been marinating now for about a little over 2 hours. Pan on, I'm gonna throw some oil. I'm just using a neutral oil, avocado oil. Here's the chicken. Really easy. Basically, without the onions and the serrano peppers, which were optional. It's just the chicken and that sauce, so it's just 2 ingredients. And of course the sauce has other ingredients, but basically just 2 things. It took less than 10 minutes to cut up the chicken, the serrano peppers, the onions. I'm just gonna wait for the pan to come up to temperature. And what you can do, if it's not salty enough, you can just add a little bit of soy sauce. All right, so let me just wait for the to come to temperature. All right, feels like it's hot enough, so I'll go ahead and put some of this in. I'm gonna cook this in 2 separate batches because it's a lot of chicken. You don't want to do too much at once. So I'll put about half of it in there right now. We'll do the other half later. And just let it sit there. You don't want to stir it too early. Let it sit there and maybe just get a little charred on the bottom. So I'll leave it there for maybe 30 seconds to 45 seconds before I start flipping it over. This is like one of the easiest meals. You can just cook rice. I'm gonna lower down the heat to about 8 or medium high, I guess, depending on. And I'm using an electric range. All right, let's see now. You can see the pan there, it's getting a little charred right there. So what I like to do if I'm using a stainless steel pan is to just move around. I mean, you wouldn't do this on a non-stick pan using metal tongs. If you're doing it in a non-stick pan, use tongs that have that silicone coating on it so you don't scratch your pan. So then just let it cook again. You don't want to keep moving around too much. Let it sit, cook. So while it's cooking, let's take a look at the ingredients. So total fat 0, okay. Cholesterol 0. Sodium 500 milligrams. Some sugar. And the ingredients, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. So if you have any allergies, you're gonna want to read this carefully. There is wheat in here, so if you're allergic to wheat, then you're not gonna be able to use this sauce. All right. So you can see the chicken is cooking pretty nicely. I'll go ahead and move it around a little bit, flip it, turn it over. And once again, when you cut the chicken, you want to cut it pretty into thin slices, not into huge chunks, because the marinade, it's going to take a lot longer for that marinade to work through the meat of the chicken if it's too thick. I mean, look how thin these slices were. So, just like that, I'm just going to move it towards the center of the pan where the burner is. We'll let it sit there for another minute or minute and a half. Smells great. I can definitely smell that Korean gochujang sauce in here. So it looks like this spicy marinade is a combination of the bulgogi sauce and gochujang sauce. I'll know once I taste it. Ooh, the serrano peppers are making me cough. All right, I think it's almost done. Just make sure that the chicken is cooked thoroughly. I'm gonna leave it in here for another minute and a half, and it should be done. I think it's done. Just to be on the safe side, let me just leave it in here another minute. Looks good. Oh yeah, look there. Looks like it's cooked all the way through. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is just set this aside. I'm gonna cut some scallions or green onions, and then we'll put it on a bed of rice. All right, so here we have it. I cut up some scallions, or diced up some scallions. Put the chicken on a bed of rice. Sprinkled a little bit of toasted sesame seeds on it, and let's have our taste tester. Give it a shot.
You want me to taste it? Okay.
Super easy. No reason why you can't do it. If I can do it, you can do it. You don't even have to put the onions and the serrano peppers like I said. It's just cut the chicken, put the sauce in, 2 hours in the fridge, a little bit of oil in the pan, cook it up, and it's done.
It's very good. The sauce is good. It's sweet enough. It's just have enough salt. You didn't need to add more salt or soy sauce or anything like that. The sauce is just good enough. And you can see we made plenty, so you can actually, with the other half, you can actually freeze it or put it in the refrigerator. You can cook it up and do some, you know, meal planning.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the other batch, you don't have to cook.
It's very good.
You can put it into a container, freeze it in the freezer, take it out, let it thaw. A few days later, or next time you want some more, and then just cook it up. It might actually be better. The marinade might actually work its way through the chicken even more. Yeah, but that's it. Let me know what you think. Throw in some comments. Like I said, like the video, subscribe, hit the notifications so the next video that we put up, you'll be notified. All right, thanks for watching.